are the best. I love that. Even though
John
owes me $5. I know you guys are excited to get on the tour, but first, a few safety rules.
We do have some safety rules for you guys today. The number one most important rule is... That is correct, folks. Everybody, please stay seated at all times. If you have an emergency of any kind, maybe you drop something off the tram, maybe you have sound or video issues in the monitors, or even a medical emergency, do me a favor and don't jump off the tram, okay? There is an emergency cord right above your heads, right down the center of the ceiling. Just give that a pull, and then I will come back and help you out as soon as I can. Cool? So don't jump off the tram. Emergency cord. All right. There are several water effects on our tour today, you guys, so make sure you keep your cameras dry. But there's going to be a lot of fantastic photo opportunities. So once again, please have your cameras ready to roll. You can take as many photos, as many videos as you guys want. Okay, now we have officially begun. So we're going to take a dive down the little timeline here. Here's a little history lesson for you guys. Like I said, we are the biggest film studio in Los Angeles. We have 411 acres of land here. We are also the oldest. Our opening days, you can see on your TVs, was March 15th of 1915. And that handsome guy on your TV is Carl Laemmle. That would be our founder. Now, Carl Laemmle was a Bavarian immigrant, and he had a big dream. He really wanted to start his own city that was entirely dedicated to filmmaking. And over the last 102 years here at Universal Studios, we have produced close to 9,000 movies, on top of countless episodes of television shows, commercials, music videos, basically you name it, we do it, right here at Universal City. Now the other thing is that we are a city. We have our own zip code here. We have our own police station. We have a DMV, a post office, an honorary mayor, a fire station, which is over there to your right-hand side. That would be Fire Station 51. In fact, the only thing that we don't have, like an actual city, are residents. So no one actually lives here. So in place of having apartments or houses, what we do have are these very large warehouse structures that are called sound stages. And with the advent of sound on film, we had to be able to control it. And that's what these sound stages offer for our filmmakers. These are 98% soundproof working environments. So we're going to see some of these sound stages, you guys, so get those cameras out. First sound stage of the tour is coming up on our left-hand side. Here is Carson Daly to tell us a little more. Carson.
Hi everybody, I'm Carson Daly.
Thank you, Carson. Soundstage 12 is currently home to The Voice. Yeah. Get a photo. Over to your left-hand side, there it is. Now stage 12 is our largest soundstage. That comes in at around 29,000 square feet. It was originally constructed in 1929 for the movie musical Broadway. For you musical fans, you can see the Voice painted on the stage there to your left. That is also where we worked on classic monster movies like Frankenstein and Dracula, all the way back in 1931. We filmed a kids movie there called Scarface. And that's what they look like on the inside, you guys. Like I said, big empty warehouses. The walls are 5 times thicker than the walls in your home, so once again, about 98% soundproof. Those stages over there to your left-hand side have been home to shows like Colony with Josh Holloway on USA Network very recently. CSI Las Vegas used to film there. Now the reason that particular show filmed here and not in Vegas is that if you film in a real casino in Las Vegas, you have to compensate them for their losses for that entire day. That's about $1 million a day. So it's much cheaper to do it on a film studio lot as well. If we have any fans of Superstore, starring America Ferrera, they are currently filming in stages 17 and 16. Right over there to your left-hand side as well, which is pretty neat. So all these trucks you guys are seeing, these are production trucks for Superstore. You also have some dressing rooms here, these trailers here. All these vehicles that transport lighting equipment, camera equipment, sound equipment, costumes, makeup.
You know, the heat makes us all act.
If your face stays where it is, it's gonna get punched.
Whose name is worth more in Scrabble tiles? Uzo Aduba or David Oyelowo? Uzo Aduba.
Now, the television history here at Universal Studios goes back all the way to 1935 when we broadcast the opening ceremonies of the Olympics. And since then, you can see some just incredible television shows that have worked here. In fact, the soundstage is over to your right-hand side, specifically have been home to shows like The Jeffersons, Who's the Boss, Crossing Jordan, Parenthood, one of my favorite shows. Recently, telenovela with Ava Longoria filmed there. The Good Place. Is anyone a fan of The Good Place? Cool. Got a couple fans here. Ted Danson and Kristen Bell. They just wrapped their second season. Good show, right? Yeah, they just wrapped their second season in stages 43 and 44. If you guys haven't seen it, here's a little preview of the show.
You, Eleanor Shellstrom, are dead.
Cool.
This location, the afterlife, come on. I have never ever seen this. You're in the good place.
I'm not supposed to be here. I can't risk going to the bad place.
Okay, well, maybe it's not all that bad.
Hi there. How can I help you?
What is the bad place like?
Well, it doesn't sound awesome.
Really funny show, you guys. The creators of Parks and Rec created this show, so similar humor style there if you're into that. Now, it's a very complicated, it's a very long process when you're bringing to life a television show, but it all begins in these little bungalows to your left-hand side. So in the bungalows, this is where we have writer rooms to figure out all the scripts. We have general production meetings here. We also have auditions for all of our actors in these little bungalows. And speaking of actors, these bungalows were originally built as permanent dressing rooms for some of the biggest stars in Hollywood history. This is where actors like John Wayne, Lucille Ball, Kirk Douglas, Jimmy Stewart had their dressing rooms, so there's a lot of great history in a lot of our buildings here. In fact, Bungalow 5195 coming up on your left-hand side was the office of Alfred Hitchcock, one of the most famous directors and influential directors in Hollywood history. Brought us Psycho, The Birds, Vertigo, North by Northwest. So again, our building's histories here go back decades. The only exception would be the newest soundstage coming up on your left-hand side. Some of you guys are going to see the poster outside of the stage, so you'll know what film is there. Stages 23 and 22 are currently home to Will and Grace. There it is, over to your left, folks. That's where they're working on the brand new season. Actually, they're doing 2 new seasons of that show. On the other side is stage 23, where they just finished Law & Order True Crime. And the first season is about the Menendez murders, starring Edie Falco. Really good show. Now, the very first project to film in those stages to your left-hand side was actually back in December of last year. If anyone caught Hairspray Live, it's an awesome production with an incredible cast. Hairspray Live also filmed in our Metropolitan sets over to your left. So all of these little city sets here, they were transformed into 1962 Baltimore for their production. I saw some of your faces, you're like, I don't know what Hairspray is. I did not see it. Okay, don't worry, I guarantee that you guys have seen the Metro sets. So tens of thousands of television commercials have filmed in this area. So many television shows, movies. There are 2 reasons why filmmakers love to use this part of our park. The first is the versatility. So this can be transformed into any city in the world. You guys, when we turn the corner, you're gonna see what was London in Austin Powers, The Spy Who Shagged Me. Chicago for the Blues Brothers. This was New York for Home Alone 2, Lost in New York. Pretty cool, right? This was Russia, Moscow, Russia even, for Castaway with Tom Hanks. So the other reason filmmakers work here is because of the control. We can completely control everything you're seeing in front of the camera. We have control issues here in Hollywood, right? We can decorate the streets with different types of foliage. We can put trees, bushes, benches, parking meters, trash cans, vehicles, happy pedestrians, angry pedestrians, depending on the city you're in. So basically, those taxi cabs right there, that's a great example. Now you see there's only a couple of those. So what they would do is have those taxis circle the block over and over and over again. So it looks like there's just hundreds of vehicles on this little city street here. A lot of television shows have worked here, you guys. Mindy Project works here all the time. In fact, her apartment is right down the street here on your right-hand side, those little staircases over there. That would be the entrance to our apartment for the show. American Ninja Warrior filmed their 2 newest seasons here. Brooklyn Nine-Nine with Andy Samberg films here quite a bit. Let's see, NCIS, Criminal Minds, Parenthood. see some movies that have worked here in our metro area. So our sets have a lot of range, a lot of versatility here. Here's Jimmy Fallon to illustrate how we can fully bring to life our city streets.
Welcome to New York. I got my start right here in New York on Saturday Night Live. This is actually my old neighborhood. Once got mugged over there by an old woman, tough lady. This is my favorite hot dog guy. Hey, buddy, how's it going? Remember me? No. Just like old times. Gotta love New York City. Hey, I'm walking here. I'm walking here. Hey, it's cool, guys. I was just walking there. So it's not exactly New York, but a lot of times when you see New York in the movies, it was shot right here on the Universal Metro sets. If you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. Even if you make it here on the Universal lot.
It's rare that a filmmaker can't find what they're looking for on the Universal lot as far as sets go. But every once in a while, a filmmaker will have a huge vision. He doesn't want to film in a city. He or she doesn't want to film in any of our sound stages. So what we would do then is create a digital landscape using CGI. A great example of this is Peter Jackson's version of King Kong back in 2005. So we totally created a brand new island that doesn't even exist for that production. Let's hear a little bit about that.
It's the original King Kong that made me want to do it. I saw that movie on TV when I was about 8 or 9 years old, and I wanted to become a filmmaker. I like films that just take you away from your real life and sweep you up an adventure. Kong literally does that. I mean, you're on board the ship, you're sailing to Lost Island, you're encountering monsters and creatures from, prehistoric times.
All right, you guys, get your 3D glasses on. We've talked how we bring our movies to life. Now we're going to put you inside of one of them. Everybody stay seated. Hold on to your belongings. Welcome to Skull Island. Did you guys like it? Did you like it? Yeah? You guys want to do it again? We can't do it again, but we can watch it on the TVs. Check this out. So once again, that was brought to life by Peter Jackson and Weta Digital. They've won 7 Oscars, folks. Very talented. They brought you guys the visual effects for Wonder Woman, War for the Planet of the Apes, Deadpool, awesome movie, Avatar, Lord of the Rings trilogy, Hobbit trilogy, that's just to name a few. They work all over Hollywood. Now on your TVs, that is the attraction that we just saw when all the lights have been pulled up. So you guys you were looking at the second largest 3D screens on the planet right there. Those are 40 feet tall and 180 feet wide. Very large. And here's what I want you guys to do. Put away your 3D glasses for now, but get out your cameras. So back in the Metro sets, in our city over there, we talked about how we use set dressings to bring to life a city, right? We'll use trees, street lamps. I think a very important storytelling element, though, are the vehicles that they use on camera, because it gives you so much detail without having to use any dialogue. So just based on a car, you'll know time period, you'll know location, you'll even know personality and lifestyle of the character. And the vehicles that we use are called picture cars, by the way. So we're going to look at some very, very famous picture cars coming up here on your left-hand side. So once again, cameras at the ready. Not those cars down there, though. Those are just production cars and like employee vehicles. Don't worry about those. Now, you're going to recognize the cars we have here. The first one is the Cobra Kid car from Knight Rider, the television series. And right next door to that would be Tom Selleck's Ferrari from Magna P.I. Now, here's the secret. This was actually used in the show, but it is not and was never a real Ferrari. What that is a dune buggy with a fiberglass Ferrari shell, because it is so much cheaper if you crash it, which we definitely did a couple times. We've got a couple cars from Back to the Future. We've got Fred Flintstone's car, which is the original Prius, prehistoric. We've got cars from Fast and Furious. Films 9 and 10 are in the works right now for Fast and Furious. We just heard, I know, they're going all the way until forever for that film series. They're never going to stop. They pulled the gyrosphere from Jurassic World. Why? They're making the second one. Because the first one made $1 billion in a week. Why not? Right? It's a great movie too, Chris Pratt. Very likable. Transformers tank made of plywood. It's from IKEA. It's an IKEA tank. Speaking of Jurassic Worlds, ladies and gentlemen, hold on to your butts.
Welcome to Jurassic Park.
Oh my gosh, here we go. Okay, get your cameras back out. We've got a huge picture card to show you. If you saw The Lost Worlds, you might remember this green mobile lab, yeah? So this is also made of plywood, by the way, which made it really easy to push off of this cliff, which is actually the top of a parking garage on our lot. So the green mobile lab is on your left-hand side. If you guys would like a nice little photo. You guys are also going to see other props. Props are the objects that interact with the actors. We've got a few more picture cards also from the Jurassic Park film series. Now, in the cage on your right-hand side, those are Dilophosaurus, folks. Just be careful with the flash on... Wait a second, there's no dinosaurs in any of those cages, you guys. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh, they're loose! Look out! No! Part 2, look out! Remember, it's good for your skin. Dinosaur spit, full of collagen and vitamins. People pay good money for that here in LA. Are you guys okay? Are we holding up? Are you guys having fun? Okay. We've all seen Jurassic Park, right? Great movie. I think it's probably my favorite Steven Spielberg movie. It's so good. Steven Spielberg has worked in every part of our backlot. Okay, that includes our next destination. Now, some of you may recognize this as Peru from Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, which is probably my least favorite Steven Spielberg movie. Don't tell me. But it's cool that it filmed here, right? And this is also where they worked on Nacho Libre with Jack Black. They also filmed scenes for Three Amigos here with Steve Martin, Martin Short, and Chevy Chase. I'm going to tell you guys why I like to come here. So, I'm from the Midwest. In the Midwest, we have things called seasons, right? We don't really have that in LA. So we have to create weather sometimes for our films and our television shows. And we're going to do some movie rain for you guys. And I call it movie rain because the rain you're going to see, there it is, it's actually 4 times longer and thicker than real rain. And that just makes sure that it appears on camera correctly. You know when you watch a football game and they say it's raining but you can't see it? That's why. So they make it much bigger. Sometimes they'll even put powdered milk into it, which makes it opaque for the camera, and then also nutritious for our actors who are very health conscious. Sometimes they get real crazy. Our director doesn't want just rain, doesn't want just thunder or lightning. He wants a lot more water. He wants what we call a flood. Ladies and gentlemen, take a look over to your left-hand side. Let's get this dance party going. Whoa! It's a flood! Well, what? Is it a free refill? You decide. It usually splashes up in the car one's face. I don't know why I didn't do it that time. But anyway, that was cool, right? Pretty cool. That's all the water in Southern California, folks. That is all we have. No, but seriously, that's tens of thousands of gallons of water. It comes down the hill, goes under the bridge, and then into the drinking fountains over at Disneyland.
You cannot run the wolf, kid! Yeah, we'll see about that.
There's the flooded big fat liar. That's Paul Giamatti's stunt double, by the way. Okay, so we just crossed the border, you guys. We've left old Mexico. We are now in our oldest sets on the backlot. Welcome to 6 Points, Texas, y'all. So these sets date back to 1915 at the inception of our studio. Pretty cool. This is where the careers of John Wayne, Clint Eastwood, Kirk Douglas, Jimmy Stewart all got their start. But more recently than that, this was featured in movies like The Color Purple with Oprah Winfrey and Whoopi Goldberg filmed here. This was Australia in Disney's Saving Mr. Banks with Tom Hanks and Emma Thompson. We've also worked on quite a few shows here. Castle with Nathan Fillion worked here. Angie Tribeca with Rashida Jones. This is in a few episodes of season 1 of Westworld on HBO with Anthony Hopkins as well. So, again, very versatile. All of our sets on the Backlot. A lot of great history, too. Okay, guys, so you seriously came at the perfect time on the tour, and I'm going to tell you why. It is now 10:45, okay? We have access to one of our sound stages for the next 15 minutes, and we're going to take you guys in there. So over to your right-hand side is Soundstage 50. I would highly recommend getting your cameras out for this, because this is a very special, also very unique soundstage, and I'll tell you why once we get inside. But first, mention the Beach Boys, right? So they're supposed to be performing on the show Home and Family, which films over there to your right-hand side. Oh, actually, we're going to get a little closer to that in just a second. Oh, cool. You know what? I didn't even know we were going to do this, you guys. We're going to go inside a little Europe. Where are my fans of The Good Place? Okay, so this is heaven for the show, and you guys are going to recognize it once we turn down the streets here. Do we have any monster movie fans on our tram? Yeah? Okay. So this is where the monster movie was invented, you guys. All major studios back in the 1920s and 30s had a genre of film that was kind of their specialty. For MGM, it was musicals. For Warner Brothers, it was gangster movies. Our thing, monsters. So this is where Frankenstein, the movie, was created. Dracula, the Wolfman, the Invisible Man, who's right there. Oh my gosh, I made you look. No, but this is where The Good Place also filmed. This is heaven for the show. But I'm going to blow your mind here. This is the island of Tortuga from Pirates of the Caribbean. How cool is that? This is also the fictional kingdom of Genovia in The Princess Diaries 2. This is Pamplona in City Slickers of Billy Crystal. You guys have seen that movie. They did a real running of the bulls here with 85 bulls. There's a commercial running right now with the running of the bulldogs. Maybe you guys have seen it. Also filmed here. This was the Middle East in Jarhead with Jake Gyllenhaal. So once again, versatility comes down to the dressings. Over to your right-hand side, this is dressed up for The Good Place. We added all the awnings, the flowers in the windows. We painted the buildings. We added the street lamp there, the signs on all the businesses. Okay, now I'm going to go off my mic for just a second, you guys, because they are filming inside of the house for Home and Family. So if you want to get a photo of the setup here, feel free. I'll be back in just 1 second. They don't have to worry about train schedules or passengers walking through the shot or anything like that. The other thing that makes this soundstage very special, very unique, is that at any moment when our filmmakers want to, we can do this. Folks, think it's a California earthquake, all right? So hold on, we're gonna get this going. Action! else, because guess who's back? The flash flood from old Mexico? You're kidding me. He followed us here. Guys, give yourselves a round of applause. He just survived a California earthquake. That's a shark. That's Sheriff George of the Amity Police. George, swim with the tramp. George! Oh no! Oh my gosh, you guys, let's get out of here. Let's get out of here. I knew George had guts. I think I see him. We need to hide. We need to hide behind some flammable oil drums of gasoline. That's our only option. Everybody remain calm, okay? Just stay seated. Stay quiet. Oh no. You guys, the shark just destroyed the entire dock. This is, oh my gosh. Whoa! Okay, car 4, don't panic. The shark is right behind you. Car 4, he is right behind you on your right hand side. Oh no, he's in front of us. I was wrong. Whoa! Oh my goodness. He's just got a bad cold. Someone get him a tissue. He's sneezing everywhere. There you go, folks. That is Bruce the shark.